Hi guys, this is Asal. I'm studying for the bar and I wanted to review my notes with you. So today I'm actually studying legal writing and research. And I would like to start by talking about the efficiency in legal research. So what do I mean about efficiency in legal research? There's three things I mean by this. The first thing is that the best possible results. So you want to do your research all over the place, think all over the place to get the best results possible. And then the second thing is in the least amount of time. So you don't want to be spending all your day behind a computer doing research. You have a life, you have a husband and a child and a million things you want to do. So you want to do it in the least amount of time possible and at the lowest cost because you don't want to go broke just researching one case. So now that I've said this, I would like to jump into talking about what legal research process really is. So, legal research process are steps undertaken by a legal researcher in order to meet the research objectives. Okay, so a legal researcher isn't necessarily an attorney. It could be a paralegal, or it could be a bored housewife, or it could just be anybody who's trying to just learn and research the law. So, a legal research process is steps undertaken by legal researchers in order to meet their research objectives. Okay, so remember that legal research is not linear. It's never linear. So, what do I mean by that? I mean that you want to go all over the place. Think outside the box. Talk to your professors if you have to. Talk to anybody, a police if you have to, anyone. Just expand your thinking, okay? So, in this video, the most important thing that I would like to talk about are the basic steps in a legal research. So, I'm going to go through 5 basic steps, okay? The first step is to untangle the problem. The second one is to draft a plan. The third one is to understand your issues and your claims and your causes of actions and where you stand. And the fourth one, you must find the relevant law. And finally, you must update and verify your sources. That's very important because you don't want to put in a law that has a red flag that's no longer law. You want to be using good law. So make sure you update. So, what did I just mean about untangling the problem? Okay? How do you untangle the problem? Where do you even start? I'll tell you. You start with the players. So think to yourself, who are the players in this case? Who's the plaintiff? Who's the defendant? And what is going on? The next thing you want to talk about is what jurisdiction are we in? And who has jurisdiction? Okay, that's very important. Because law is actually like a game of chess. So if you can checkmate your opponent in the first minute, better for you, So actually knowing the jurisdiction, that is the first step to this game. It's very important. I call it a game. It's not a game. It's actually very serious. But who are the players? What is the jurisdiction? And which details are superfluous? So, actually sometimes you find out, your client will come to you and they're really emotional and they're like talking all over the place, maybe even crying, and they really need your help and they really need your sympathy, okay? So you have to understand that there's some things that they will say that they think is actually, good law and it applies to the law. But no, some of the details they say is actually really extra. You need that as just a background fact, So separate. Make sure you have your background facts. What are they? And then your facts, two separate. And then finally, what is the issue that you need to research? What claims do you have? For example, if the issue is negligence or defamation or privacy invasion, whatever that may be, you want to first of all identify that. You want to know where you stand and what your claims are. Okay, and then the step 2 is to actually draft a plan. You need a solid research plan that will help you identify where you need to go and what you need to do and what kind of information you need to gather, and where you have been. So it's actually very important. Actually in life, I'm very organized. Right here, my calendar is sitting on my table every day. I have a to-do list. So it's very important to have that to-do list also. And then the next thing, you want to use commentary. What do I mean by using commentary? I mean the best step here is to research the appropriate secondary sources. So when you first want to start your research, you want to go and start with the secondary resources, see what other people have done, and then from there you can find other case law, you can find statutory law, anything you need, okay? So first of all, make sure to find the appropriate secondary sources, okay? And also, it's very important to do some background reading about the appropriate jurisdiction. You want to identify your terms of art, what are the governing statutes, and all of that. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is that there are 2 ways to access legal materials. There's using finding tools and there's searching. Okay, so what are the finding tools? There are tools such as LexisNexis, Westlaw, Bloomberg. Those are the finding tools. But you can also do your own research. What do I mean by that? You can go to a library, pick up a book, a jury instruction, or you can look in the table of contents, or just go on Google and do your own research, okay? And then step 5, which is actually going to be the last step, is you want to identify and verify, okay? Update and verify. What do I mean by update and verify? You want to make sure that the law that you're using is still good law, because if not, you're gonna have a problem. Okay, so that's pretty much everything I wanted to say today. I wish you luck studying. Goodbye.